Hello, and welcome to bonus episode 21 of the Giants of the Faith podcast. I'm your temporary host, Zachariah Daniels. I'm in no way, shape, or form a podcaster, and I'm not great at speaking, so please don't judge the quality of this podcast by the lack thereof in this episode. Today we're going to be discussing one of the lesser known giants, but a giant nonetheless. Today we'll be talking about your usual host, Robert Daniels. Robert is my father, but it has to be said that this is in no way a biased opinion. He is, in every sense of the phrase, a giant of the faith. Robert was born on May 7th, 1976, in Bridgeport, Connecticut. He is the youngest of two sons shared by his parents, Margaret and Carl. Robert grew up in a Baptist environment in his early life. According to his own account, he was an introverted nerd for all of his childhood, and I'm sure he'd still say the same today. In his early adulthood, he met his wife, Jennifer, my mother. They were married in 1995 and are still happily together to this day. The introduction of a woman who would challenge him to grow in his faith day by day was critical for Robert's relational growth with the Lord. In April of 1996, the two welcomed their first baby into the world. I was already proving to be a test of faith for them, as I spent an extended period of time in the NICU. Having just had a baby spend a couple of weeks in the NICU myself, I completely understand the importance of having that rock of strength and comfort that only the Lord can provide. Just 2 short years later, in June of 1998, they welcomed their second and most terrifying child into the world, my younger sister. While raising us, Robert always strived to show nothing but the love of Christ to his family. He raised his children in church from birth. We grew up in a Baptist church in Brandon, Florida. Robert and Jennifer were always involved in Sunday school classes and volunteering in different ministries at the church. In his mid to late 30s, Robert's walk with the Lord was in full stride. He was continuing to guide his family every day to seek the Lord in all they do, even when dealing with a couple of unruly teenagers. Throughout our entire childhood, if we had friends stay over on the weekend, it was a requirement for them to go to church with us on Sunday. Every Wednesday, we'd take several kids to youth group with us that our parents gladly fed, drove, and watched after. Years and years, Robert poured his wisdom and love for the Lord into countless amount of kids that came through our home. As his kids got older, Robert had more time to serve elsewhere. His wife worked in several churches, and he never shied away from lending a hand in countless hours of his free time and even not so free time. He has spent his career in the IT field and freely gives his talents to the church to spread the word of God every chance he gets. He was ordained as a deacon in July of 2025. Not only is he serving the Lord in his town, but all over the world through this podcast. Started streaming in 2020, the podcast has received over 60,000 streams spanning from the US to Hong Kong. I could not be more proud to call Robert Daniels my father. He's been a giant in my life every moment I've needed him, and he is most certainly a giant of the faith. Thanks for taking the time to discuss just a glimpse of the life of one of the biggest giants of the faith I will ever meet. I love you, Dad. Happy birthday.